Wassail, beautiful people. I'm nearly back to Earth. I don't think I'll ever be back to Earth. So it's a new moon in Cancer on GMT. It's the 10th at 1:16 a.m. But some parts of the world, it's going to be the 9th. It's Saturday. My fly's just flown straight into the window and fallen down. I want to say, what's haunting you? It's a funny moon. It's all over the place. Everything's all over the place. I've been looking at the healing energies that are forming with this moon, and there's something about a sort of a lack of the esoteric. It's like something new's coming through the veil, and it's being amplified by Gaia, Uranus, coming through Ceres, the sacral, moving through Mercury to communicate the self, the soul, the truth, the inner truth, and then that's coming through the veil to lift. And it's crown chakra, sacral, throat, and then third eye. It's like trust your intuition about resetting something about yourself. And then down at the other part of the heliocentric part of the moon, you've got Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter and Neptune. They're all retrograde, and Chiron, the nervous system, is kind of fluttering at the extreme with Pluto down here, spine and nervous system. That's about to go retrograde, 16th, I think. And so all of this area is just shining masses of loud, like a Welsh male voice choir singing a tune. And I can't help that Chiron's kind of a little bit like the falsetto, like someone's got him by the testicles and he's singing very high. Almost like a wail, like a scream, like a petulant child frequency. But yes, what's haunting you? And I don't just mean ghosts. I'm seeing a lot of ghosts. I've got one on the floor over there that's identified herself. She's called Maria or Mara. Hopefully she'll let me do a video on how to help her through the veil. She made me walk into the little tiny door frame, which is the main entrance to this house, but I'm sitting in a glass room. So she made me bang my head twice to get my attention. Then she made me bang my head on the same day outside on a chandelier in the communal kitchen. And then today I went to a chapel that was full of a weird room with loads of photographs of people needing a healing that I sensed had not got their healing and that they were all dead. And a stuffed crocodile, which I've got no idea what that means in terms of the Catholic Church. And then on the way back, I saw a ghost walking along the side of the road who died in a road accident. So I'm being shown ghosts of the past. And I don't mean dead relatives. It could mean dead relatives. I really mean the ghosts of your past self. Echoes through time that are tuned into your DNA. What are they? What's haunting you is what I keep hearing in my head. What's haunting you that's creating a blockage on your future pathway? So, there's some really weird long fly creature thing there. I've got no idea what that is, but it's long. It was like a snake fly. It's gone behind the curtain. Look, I'm shuffling the rune cards and I can't even read them yet because I haven't finished. Anyway, one's fallen out. There's lots of things going on with this moon. There's a zippy energy from Pluto passing the baton to Neptune, and that's kind of restricting but pushing a new energy in. Sorry, I've done that the wrong way around. Let me rewind. The difficult energy is Saturn restricting Mars and Venus. Saturn's in Aquarius, but it's putting a pressure on old ideals of love. And I don't mean love in the sense of you and another. Yes, that's part of it. But love comes in all kinds of different shades and colours. You know, there's self-love. There's the love of friends. There's the love of parents. There's the love of animals, there's the love of nature. And in the Old English that I was working on with the runes, this energy of the different aspects of love were coming out. And one of the really interesting one was the love of money. And that's another one where I feel like the Jupiter is restricting that notion and it's turning things on its head. The zippy good stuff is between Pluto bringing a benevolent transformative frequency to the fogs of Neptune, and then that's zipping its way across to the sun and the moon, which are bringing something new through the esoteric veil, and then that's coming down towards Gaia, Uranus, who's in Taurus, busting things open. And that's this, there's a real sense of that energy being very powerful. Plus we've got the 8-8 portal coming, and we've also got the day out of time on the 25th of July, and then on the 26th it's yellow electric seed year, and that begins with that giant void of 44 hours and 55 minutes. So here's the first rune. Let's see what it says. It's the love of money. So this is a fascinating rune because it's the first letter of the Futhark. It's Fe. And it's the second letter is Ur, which is Urox. So this is cattle that you've penned in to show your wealth, your prosperity. And it's livestock in many ways. It's a control of animals. It's a control of everything. If you feel it's this energy, that's what's haunting you. You're losing control of everything around you, and it's haunting you. Why would that be happening now? That's really interesting. Because the second card, Urox, is wild ox. That's the animals you don't have control of, and that's the journey forward. I feel like this is it stopped smoking, but it feels like there's a little bit too much energy in here. Also, I feel like Mara's standing watching us. I'm going to ask her if she'll let me do a video with her, find her story out and help her to pass on. But for now, she's kind of tutting. She's tutting at this. I feel like that's part of her story, but we can't do your story now, if that's all right. Let me do this moon and we'll do you. Which is interesting because I kind of get the feeling that she's been desperate for my attention so that I can help her. But anyway. So, livestock. Oh, and we've got two. I'm showing this one because look. It's autumn. And I don't want to say too much on this one because I think this might be the one that Cindy's about to do. But in terms of what I'm seeing here, it's like a deflating energy, an autumnal energy, a mirroring, descending, not a smoky mirror so much as like going into a hall of mirrors, and it's a warped version of what life once was and what life is becoming. And autumn is about dropping your leaves, dropping your abundance, the apple bearer, dropping your abundance of things, dropping what you hang on to in that kind of Four of Pentacles energy, and using the things that you thought were of value to nourish your growth. So all the leaves go down, and then over the autumn and the winter, they go into the ground and they return the nutrients so that the plant and the roots of your Yggdrasil tree, as it rains, can be washed with the nutrients, and it can draw those nutrients in for the following spring. Creaky chair. So, and you also have this wonderful card, which is thyself, all that is you, but it's your earthly power, it's your earth Masion. There's something about that word that's what can you conjure from the nutrients of the world? What can you bring to your soul with the nutrients of your past? Those things that haunt you, what can you bring forward? What's the new seed growing in your belly, the belly of your soul? So, it's exciting. And actually, I was just thinking there's no numbered ones, but we must remember that it's going back to the very beginning of the Thoth arc, back to the beginning of the alphabet, for a review of what's haunting you. We've got two, and they both bounced and landed, like mislanding. New moon in Aries. So there's something very fiery about this moon, and it's the Mars aspect. I don't read these cards as saying this thing that's coming, this is more, it's the notion of what Aries represents. Aries is the energy, the fiery energy that rams to break something down. New moon in Sagittarius is two new moon energies. It's talking about a cycle. Luck is on your side. It's the bow. It's the U-bow. It's the breaking free. That's that energy. I did a rune reading with one that was a U-bow. And it became another frequency. But it's like the bow is beginning to stretch. The magic of the U-bow, this ancient energy is pulling down, and it's like the whole of your Mars fire is itching to shoot and ram through something. But what is it saying you need to ram through? Yourself, not another. You need to pierce your own soul and look inside your own entrails. So, let's get another couple of cards on those three from this deck. So, the runes are definitely giving a different kind of energy to the readings. So, 22 and 41, we have Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life, and medicine. It's they're showing me the image of you burning up with that Mars frequency again, this desire, the bow stretching, the moment of the release, the ramming forwards. It's almost nerves jangling. It's like the Chiron aspect. It's like your desire to wound another because of the wounds that haunt you. And that's not the medicine. That's not the medicine. The medicine is to wound your own soul and look inside yourself for the softer passions that are now growing. You need to have a kind of a maturity, an autumn sense, to bear your fruits, to shine the things that are most precious to you that you don't reveal. It's like they're saying, what's haunting you are your hidden truths. What's haunting you are the things that you assume are shameful. What's haunting you is the fact that you're unable to resonate in your full brightness with your shadows at the front being displayed in their majesty. I hate the word majesty, but they are. So, runes. What else would you like to say, runes? 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 There's another one, just sort of, that was really kind of like... Sap. Was. Look, we're getting this series of ones that have all got that sense of branches of the Yggdrasil tree. Sap is this. Sap surges through the spine of us, but through the trunk of a tree to the branches. It's the springtime, it's the rebirth, but it's fires, it's passions. But there's something quenching about this energy with Twig. There's something new. It's like a new energy flowing through you. So I'm going to ask for another to go with Twig and Sap. Twig Sap. There's a fragility. What's haunting you? What are you scared of? They just keep saying to me, what's haunting you? Look at the thing that's haunting you. Because, you know, look, Maria, in a way she's haunting me. Because she smacked me on the head twice. I cut my head open. Then a third time out there. And then I was coming out because I had some potatoes that I was boiling. And my gas cylinder ran out. So I went to the communal kitchen. And as I walked through the door... and I still didn't know she was there, but as I walked through the door, the pan handle snapped, and my potatoes and all the boiling water went all over the floor, and then I could see her. That's how she fell to her death. But there's a story behind her, and so she's been haunting me, but I'm aware of her and I've let her go. And today she's just wanting to remind me, but it's what's haunting you. I don't mean what ghost of another, but what's haunting you from your own life experience that feels like if you were to just put that little growth twig out there, that somehow someone would come along and snap it off. That's not what's going to happen. I don't know what to do, but we've got some runes on the wrist. Okay. We've got seed. This is the Ginunga Gap. It depends how you look at the different areas and how you pronounce G's, but it should be Ginunga Gap because it sounds lovely. This is the void. This is the limitless potential that you're not visualizing, that you're not able to create growth from. It's this. It's the seed in your soul that you need to pierce open. It's like breaking open your cosmic egg so that there's something of potential that can emerge from the void. This is a frequency. This is what creates the truth of the physical world. Everything is inside the void. It's the source of Yggdrasil. It's everything that can come out. It's where fire meets ice. And we've got this energy of fire. Sap is a hot liquid. It's not hot, but what I mean is it's got Aries energy. And we are dealing with that notion of ramming some new energy through the seed to make it grow. And then we've got the shadows. So within the void, almost blocking the void are your shadows. Your seed can't grow because you're allowing your shadows to block what's coming. And then we've got fire. This card is written wrongly, but it's Querv. It's Querv. It's the sacred frequency of heightened energy that's used by the High Priestess and the Empress to create life. So what do you need to look into your shadows with that fiery energy so that you can pass this energy through the seed, through the roots that go down into the shadows. Look at them. Don't let them haunt you. Put your energy down inside and allow the sap to rise with a purifying, fresh frequency up through your Yggdrasil tree. And we have the Sewillow. This is energy. I haven't looked at this card at all, but it's like lightning striking your soul. It's this arrow that gets hit, and how the energy of sap will rise. Ignore it being called Kundalini. Think of it as the energy of the sap of the Yggdrasil tree. It's not coming down from the cosmos, it's coming up from the center of the earth. This lightning frequency is inside the earth. The earth's already charged up because the earth is the physical realm. You need to bring those shadows up as nutrients and feed your growth. Give your sap to the very tips of your fingers, the very ends of your hair. Allow that frequency to bleed through and revive and purify your whole body like a massive energy healing. And then we have, I love this card. This is an old English word called leafshade, and it's the shade of the leaves. So look, again, this is talking about, this is a moment of Yggdrasil growth cycle from seed. We've got so many of the cards that are the cycles of the Yggdrasil tree, and I haven't worked on them very much yet, but I love leafshade, because it's talking about the canopy that comes from the tree. So when the sun's too bright, and I understand that being here in Portugal, the land has been ridded of trees to such an extent so that farming can be done quicker and more productively in terms of money. Oh, again, going back to the change of the wealth structure. The natural world is calling for us to work with the natural world. So the trees are all gone so that you can get a bigger machine around to harvest quicker, but it's not providing the land with the shade. Also, the trees, the leaf shade, cools in the moisture, but it also acts as a canopy to keep the ground cool. We seek to go into the shade so that we're not burnt by the sun, and yet we fear the shadows, and yet we seek the light all the time. The shadows are the thing that keep us in balance. They're the thing that keep us cooler. They're the things that keep us in the physical realm. In a sense, of the leaf shade provides us with a space in which to contemplate that that haunts us. I'm coming back to that phrase, that which haunts us. So let's have some Moonology on this. Keep an eye on the time because I mustn't overdo this or it will never upload in time for the moon. Lovely to have a go with the runes. Oh look, another 2 cards falling to the ground and bouncing. So you and your loved ones are safe. Do you know this card talks to me about, yeah, it's a lovely message. You and your loved ones are safe. And yes, they are. But the real message that it's giving, and it is the new moon in Cancer. It's this very moon, but it's saying they're safe. What isn't safe is you, because you don't look after yourself. You're not growing properly, and yet somehow you're trying to shade your loved ones in a beautiful cooling energy. But look, you're hiding your shadows in that shade, and that's affecting their energy. So you need to work on you right now. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So this is talking about the energy of the fixed Taurian earth energy. And at the moment, what's in there is Gaia, Uranus, and she's busting open all that fixed energy. It's like the sense that you will be given space after this new moon because the healing energy of Gaia Uranus is the crown, and it's passing through Ceres, and that's there, the seed of your soul that needs to be awakened by the energy of the earth, the sap rising. Where's sap gone? I've lost sap. Oh, where have I put it? Oh, there. The sap rising. So what else would you like to say about this part of the card? So this is an exploration of the self. This is 13 frequency. You've got to break through. Look, there's all this wonderful phoenix energy. This is the Pluto frequency that's coming in. Pluto's at what? 12 or no, 26, 27, 27 degrees Pluto of Capricorn. And it's sending that energy to clear the fog, to clear this darkness around, to illuminate something new within the space. And that's giving that energy to Neptune. Neptune's then handing that baton of frequency as it grows to the sun and the moon, and they're delivering it down to Gaia, Uranus, in Taurus. It's almost this. It's got to come in and break open the frequencies that are too fixed. And then the other card, whoa, look, that is the energy of Gaia, Uranus. That's the frequency coming in through your crown. It says astral travel, but what they're saying is you need to think right outside your box. You need to bust open all of the things that haunt you, all of your shadows, and use those shadows to nourish the waters of your soul so that you can grow a new seed. So, that's my little new moon reading. And I didn't even touch the tarot deck that I had with me. Although, look, beautiful 10 of cups on the bottom. And I split the deck. And we have the Prince of Wands. It's about new passions, new emotions. There's something about Scorpio energy. But this is to do with the transformation of Mars. Don't let the fires of your normal Mars, the warrior... That's really weird. They was like, don't tell them. I'm going to tell you. You have to know that the war is over with yourself. I know they're saying it's their epiphany to find, and that was naughty of me, but you see, there you go. Look, the battle with yourself needs to end. That war is over. The problem is Mars hasn't caught up with that frequency yet. So you've got all the time in the world to have that epiphany. And do you know what? At the moment, I said that message, you didn't even hear it because you weren't ready to hear it. When you're ready to understand that, you will still have that epiphany and your frequencies will change. Your passions will soften. They just want me to just say, explore your own soul. Allow that new thoughts to permeate everything. There's a line under here which is caution is needed, but that's like it's like a way to put you off. No caution is needed because you're safe to explore thyself, your earthly power that resides within you. But you have no earthly power if you don't plant your roots into your shadows and those things that haunt you. Okay, so that's the new moon. What's haunting you? Mara's haunting me, but I will try and do a video with her. Anyway, wassail, beautiful people.